Welcome to week 2 of our van build. This week we take a trip down memory lane with a visit to Fremantle.
Yeah, this is actually where we first met.
Have a few mishaps.
It's still your fault.
Look how floofy it is. Oh dear.
Just got to go get a board tomorrow to redo that wood board that Jess broke. But
I broke.
yeah.
You. And see the van really start to take shape. But check out this little beauty. She's starting to look pimp. Thanks for joining us on this next part of our new adventure.
Hey, get up.
Go away. Good morning. I am a lot more awake now than when you last saw me. For the record, I am kind of an early bird, but John is insane. Like when we were in the UK, he'd wake up at 4:30. That's night time. That's not early morning, that's night time. I tell you what, it exhausts me. When we're out on the road, I quite often like try and convince him that he wants to go for a run in the morning because he wakes up and he's just like, boom, awake. Oh, wears me out. Anyway, let's go see what he's up to. Tell me if anyone else shares my pain. Morning, John.
Morning.
Where you going?
Had a bit of a mess.
Nothing unusual then?
But yeah, just got the side pods on. And then I put the foam on here so when we put the carpet on it goes a bit smoothly. So yeah, looking good.
Happy days.
Yeah. But we're going shopping soon. Again.
Again.
But you know you always give me grief for not looking after my body.
You drinking? Oh, for God's sake.
I'll knee protectors, look.
This boy, honestly, right, doesn't drink enough water. Like, you should see his knees. I'll show you his knees at one point. They're just like crocodile skin.
But
So I'm not sure that putting glue on them is an improvement.
A bit of spray glue. A bit of that. I was thinking actually, because that's just that tin foil, a little bit of sponge, but that's 10mm thick, so that might be a bit better. So I might do a Mark II version. We've just come to Fremantle today, but I don't think anybody calls it Fremantle. Everybody calls it Freo, but they're saying that all the Aussies call everything O, don't they? So,
Servo, bottle O.
Yeah, but yeah, this is actually where we first met. We went to the Norfolk. We'll drop a picture in. But
First and second date, actually.
yeah, we met with Wreck-It Rin, one of Jess's friends,
and we were just laughing actually walking down the street that they were jumping in and out of the hedges, trying to like be stealthy and give John a nice and alone time.
Yeah, we got a little smooch. But if you ever come this way, Freo is the place to go. Everybody loves Freo, the little strip along there. There's so many lovely restaurants and things like that.
And cafes, and there's loads of heritage here. There's a really good maritime museum, and can't recommend going to the Freo prison highly enough.
Yeah, that was brilliant.
It's brilliant.
When my parents come over, we did Fremantle prison, and we just did it as a thing to do, but it was like one of the best things I've ever done, really. Just walk around there. So it's the way prison should be now, really. So yeah.
But yeah, we'll show you about and point out some
enjoy
of the hot spots and places to go.
Yeah. Our third date, cinema. So I sat down, Jess comes in with a big litre of Coke. As she passed me, spit all over me, all down, top to bottom.
Whole thing. Swan River runs from its source in the Avon Valley out to the Indian Ocean in Fremantle. It's the lifeblood of the Perth metro area. It's home to more than 130 species of fish, including bull sharks. It's also common to see dolphins here. It's named after the black swans that live on the river, although we didn't see any today. I've loved the river since I was a little girl and have lots of lovely memories of catching the ferry, having a go on a catamaran and watching the Australia Day fireworks on the banks of the river. This part of the river has a pub called the Left Bank, which is famous for its Sunday sesh. This is just what the Aussies call drinking on a Sunday afternoon and is a much loved Australian tradition.
So it's going to be a big day today. Let Jess have a little bit of sleep in because she's going to be a busy old girl today and she's not been getting much sleep, so yeah, she's not an early morning girl, but she's far from lazy, put it that way, so she's a good old girl. So I'll let her sleep in a little bit and I'll get all this out the back of the van.
Morning, love. You've been busy?
I was just telling the vlog how lazy you are.
You didn't even wake me up. You turned the alarm off.
She's not happy.
Okay, so we've got one side done with all of the carpet actually on it. We've decided to go for carpet rather than doing all the wood panelling because the metal is in like terrible shape. So where it's been like used as a delivery van. So if you look like down here, you can see that we can't really leave any of the metal bare. Which we've done in other vans before, because obviously we'll put like a wood trim on here, but then you still see a bit of the metal. So that's one of the reasons we decided to carpet. Also, it's quick and cheap and we want to get this done to get travelling. So it's a much more basic build than what we've done before. So we're getting more and more concerned about my choice of wall coverings. It's starting to look a little bit like some kind of comedy cartoon van.
Like a pimp den.
Or as John says, like a pimp den. Because look how floofy it is. Oh dear. You're not going to see much of the carpet. It'll be fine, right? It'll be fine?
Well, maybe. We'll see. So this is how we've decided to do the roof. So we've just got some 3mm ply, real nice and bendy, and on these Hiaces they've got like a little lip on the side here, all the way along. You can see it here, look. So there's a bit of a lip and it lips in and goes up. And the worst thing about doing vans is trimming all the boards and that. So, but this one will be real good. So all we've done is cut the boards slightly longer than the width, and then just pushed them in. So like if you pretend this was the big board, we just pushed them like that, slotted it in one side, and then slotted it in the other, and it just holds like that. Last job of the day, before we call it a day, we can't be bothered to do any more. The turbo's got a bit of a whistle on it, and I had a look the other day when I was doing the cam belt, and I noticed the turbo part from the actual turbo going to the intercoolers cracked slightly. So more money off Toyota, $200, and they've changed the part into a cast one, so obviously they crack quite a lot. So get that changed, take it for a road test, and hopefully she's all good. She pulls like a train, so it's a good job I ended up doing it, because basically it was all like basically perished all the way round, and it's just broken to pieces as I was taking it off. But then I was a bit dubious when I took it off because all the plastic dropped in the turbo, so I had to get a hoover to hoover it out, because obviously if I'd have started it up and went down the road with all that in there, it'd have blown the turbo, so I was a bit dubious going out. But yeah, so got that done. Broke a bit of wood getting the ceiling out because we've got to stain it, so that's not good. But all in all, it's been a good day really. So yeah, we've got the wood ceiling down, but so we've got the walls in, floor in. So just got to go get a board tomorrow to redo that wood board that Jess broke. But
I broke,
yeah.
you broke.
And so yeah.
But I forgive him. Fixed to have a beauty bus.
Yeah.
Happy days.
Right, we'll see you tomorrow.
Hey everyone, we are off on a early morning shopping mission. It's not even 7 o'clock yet. But John was awake and we couldn't make any noise in the garden, so we're off to Bunnings to get some bits. We also need to buy the replacement wood today that we snapped last night.
Who snapped?
You snapped! So everyone, cross your fingers for us. They have this specific wood in Rockingham, otherwise we have to drive 45 minutes to get it. So cross your fingers for us. We've been to Bunnings about 50 times now, not once on a weekend. And for anyone who doesn't know, Bunnings do sausage sizzles every day on the weekend to raise money for charity, and we bloody love a sausage sizzle. So 50 visits to Bunnings, no sausages. I'm not a happy girl.
Jess loves a sausage. Right, let's get this roof vent in.
So we've got the roof in, which is looking pretty pimp. We need to get some longer screws though, because you can see up on that corner there's a bit of a gap, but if we can get a longer screw it will pull it up into the roof a bit and work quite nicely. We were just saying we think she looks a bit like a boat.
Yeah, a bit of a hole, but this is where, like I say, that tucks in there nicely, so then you don't have to trim it at all. So
I'm really pleased with how the bit that we've put over the joins worked, especially because a 3mm ply, it's light as anything. So
yeah, so if we get some longer screws, that'll pull that up like that. So, but it's just not quite short enough to go into the battens. So
not quite long enough.
Long enough, sorry. And then got the fan in as well. So we had a bit of a nightmare with that. Jess was meant to be holding the wire. The one and only job was her to be on the roof to hold the wire, and
she held the wire and she told you to stop. And did you stop?
You didn't.
I did. I screamed.
When I had a jigsaw right in my ear hole. I think that'll do today, eh?
Yeah. Nah, let's get the bed in.
Morning. My sister commented the other day on the old safety footwear, thongs as the Aussies call them. But when I used to live over here, I was trimming the grass with the old whippersnipper, and it hit a stone, and obviously I was in thongs, and it hit my foot, and it still makes me tingle now, think about how much that hurt. So might be some good advice. Safety first, everyone.
Just realised I haven't said morning yet, everyone. I'm not slacking. I'm in paint shop today. So I know some people might have had a bit of heart failure watching me paint then, because I'm not following all of the paint rules. So firstly, yes, I do know that you should use primer. However, a lot of people say the best primer is emulsion paint, which is what we're using. So, and we've done it loads of times, never had a problem. Plus, it saves loads of time and loads of money. So don't sue us if you do it and it doesn't work out so great, but that's how we do it. Also, I know that I was painting with a wall roller, but again, I'm lazy. It makes it faster and we get a good enough finish. So happy with that. And my last little tip that I want to show you, or trick, is cling filming up the paint when you're done. Make sure you put enough paint in so that it's not like a little bit dry. And like put plenty of paint on your roller and your brush. And then you're not wasting paint washing it up every time and it's ready to go. So that's probably my favourite thing that I've ever done in terms of learning tips for doing renos and vans and stuff. Saves you loads of time and money. Finished early for the night because we're off the night out with our friends, well, night out barbecue at a friend's place. Going down to Mandurah, but check out this little beauty. She's starting to look pimp.
Shopping again.
What you buying there, John?
These hinges that you left in the trolley the other day.
When I wasn't even at the shop.
Yeah, but it's still your fault.
So what John missed from the story is he paid for his draw runners and then didn't put them in the van. Gonna put them in there this time, you love? Or just watch you don't leave them in that trolley right there. Good morning. I am feeling pretty chipper this morning because I got to have a sleep in. John got up and went out to the van and by some kind of miracle I didn't wake up. So I had a lovely little sleep in this morning. And when I went out to the van, John's screwed in the seats and got the fridge in, he's run the battery cable, so the van's really starting to come along. Last night we went and saw some of my friends down in Mandurah, and for anyone who's visiting WA, you've absolutely got to go to Mandurah. It's so lovely. The beach is beautiful, the foreshore's lovely. It's such a chilled vibe, so absolutely make sure you come and visit down there. But the friends that we went to see are just lovely people, really beautiful people, and it was so special to get to spend some time with them. They travel a lot, so we got to see them in a few different places around the world, and I've known Ish for more than 20 years, so it's really, really great to get to spend some time with them. And they're also building a beautiful van. It's a proper labour of love. It's gorgeous. So we had a really wonderful evening with them. But one thing John and I have realised is that we just don't take enough photos with people. Yes, I think memories are the most important thing, but it's so lovely to have something to look back over. So my plea to you is to go and see people you love and remember to take photos with them. Let's get on with this van. I've just been making a jig for the worktop to go up against the window, and so that I don't risk wrecking the expensive wood that we're putting on the top, I've just used an offcut. So I've traced it in around the window. I've left a gap obviously because we don't want it whacking up against the window. We'll put some foam down in there, and cut it so that it fits around the corners. Thought I was well schmick as well because I got this one first go. As you've seen, that one took me a fair bit more. And then so that I know that it's even and correct, I push what will be the worktop up against it. Just get my little measure and I check that it's the same distance from here to here on both sides. And then I know that I've got it squared. I haven't got my jig off on the skew-if or anything. So I've just used my jig to cut out the worktop and I think it's come out pretty swish.
It's been a brilliant day today. We've got loads done. Jess has been painting herself like usual rather than anything else. But so we've got the bed base in and then we cut some holes in it so it lets the mattress breathe. So we just got to get a mattress now. And then we've got this box here and this is where all the electrics are going to go. So lithium battery and DC charger and everything like that.
And then this side is where our toilet's going to go. So it's got this little cutout so that it's more comfy on the back of your legs when you sit on the loo. And then the toilet goes in there. There's power there because it's got a fan on it, and then for USB, and then we've got a custom little toilet roll holder. We'll probably put some laundry liquid down there and stuff. And then we've got this massive, great big fridge. It's 110 litres, but it's the size that we run in our van in the UK, and it's absolutely brilliant. So, and you want to keep things cool over here. We're going to have a sink in the corner here, and then this is going to be my pull-out kitchen, and this worktop will be levered as well so that you can get into it inside the van. And we've left this height so that you can climb through if you need to get through in the night. And then back in between the seats, we've got 2 shelves which will have baskets in for our clothes storage, and a nice little pull-out table for when you're sat here if you have to sit inside. Hopefully we'll be able to sit outside most of the time. And then we've just got to build some wall cabinets for the top. But stoked with how we're getting on. Yeah,
well, I've got all the wood cut for that pull-out drawer, and that'll be pretty cool when we've done that with the, like I say, it'll slide right out here, and then the cooker will be here, and all the condiments, everything like that, and then we can use this as like a kitchen worktop when we're working outside. So yeah, it's coming along good. I'm going to put a little door in there, and then the 2 water cans are going to go in there with quick release couplings. But I think apart from that, that's about it really, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're going to have 2 Scirocco fans, one there, one at the front there.
When we get the air conditioning pipe back.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been, like I say, a really good day today, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely stoked with where we're getting to. So yeah, let's get a bit more done, eh? We'll see you in the next one.